here. I am today involved in a national struggle against terrorism. I move from city to city, town to town, spreading the word that India today is under siege. A great enemy is once again trying to enslave us from outside. That force is being met by the security agencies, the army, the police is fighting against the external enemy of India, which is represented by the Kashmir terrorists, the Naxalite terrorists, then the northeastern terrorists who are again backed by the same force which is harboring the Kashmir terrorists. Islamic fundamentalism is indeed a great threat to India, and I am confident that there are forces which are combating them. Many lives have been lost, but the struggle that I am involved in is of a different kind. It is a political and cultural struggle against the forces which are weakening India from within. There was a famous historian, a Western historian, who wrote a book in the early part of the 20th century. The name of that book, I don't want to recall here, but one line I remember which has made a great impression on me and my generation. And that was that India is the single biggest contributor to global civilization. But India's own civilization is always under threat. For the last 1500 years, India has been invaded, ravaged, raped by external forces. But more dangerous than that has the force that has weakened India from within, the emasculation of a national spirit which has always been the hallmark of India. Today in 2006, that force is very much there, and that force is communism. Communism has to be fought at a political plane, at a cultural plane. You cannot fight them with Army, Navy, Air Force, because today they control the Army, Navy, Air Force. It is a dangerous enemy, and it is this enemy which is helping the external enemy. Mahatma Gandhi ji had himself said once that communism is a foreign philosophy which is born in the most violent societies of Europe, and that has been imported into India, and that force is emasculating our national temper. When we try to fight against the external enemy, it is these communists who hold us back. Arun Shourie ji has written a remarkable book on this. The name of the book was The Only Fatherland. The communists, it was written in 1988. At the time the Soviet Union was there, and the Indian communists used to consider the Soviet Union their fatherland. And in that book, he exposed how the communists helped the British during our freedom struggle. The communists wrote letters to the British begging the British that their help be taken to fight the Indian nationalists. They worked as spies for the British. These records are very much present in the National Archives, and these are available. Anybody can read them. But unfortunately, the communists are so much in control of the historical circles of India that this fact is not communicated to future generations. That the biggest traitors of India has been the communists. Time and again, they have worked against us. They have weakened us. I want to tell the mother of this martyr from Marad that her son may have been killed by somebody directly, but the real killer has been the propaganda, the forces working against it. When a Hindu dies, the Hindu mother cries. When a Muslim dies, the Muslim mother cries equally hard. But somebody laughs. When a Hindu or a Muslim dies in communal clashes, somebody laughs. And who is that somebody? It is the communist. There is proof of that. In Arun Shoury's book, he has exposed the role played by the communists in creating the partition of India. The communists went from state to state inciting the Muslims. Mushirul Hasan, the famous historian, he is not of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangha. He is not of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad. Mushirul Hasan has himself written in his book that the partition of India would not have been possible if the communists had not worked for the Muslim League. The Muslim League was not a strong force. It was the communists who gave them the intellectual support, the trade union support. When Muhammad Ali Jinnah on 16th August 1946 gave a call to Direct Action Day in Calcutta, the crowd in that meeting was 90% communist. The Port Workers Union, the Agricultural Workers Union, they gave the mass support to Jinnah. In Punjab, communists went from door to door inciting the Muslims that don't stay in India, you deserve your own nation. The Khalistan movement was also bred by the communists. It is written in Mridula Mukherjee's book. Who is Mridula Mukherjee? She is a historian. She is not of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangha. She is a historian who writes for the leftists. But even she has written in her book, published in 2001, that Khalistan was a concept which was bred by the communists. Harkishan Singh Surjit, he was a young man in 1943. It was he who went from village to village in Punjab telling the Sikhs that don't stay with the Hindus, you are a separate nation and the name of your nation is Khalistan. And Harkishan Singh Surjit has admitted it in that book also, that yes, I work for Khalistan. How many more examples can I give? A whole day will pass if I start talking about communist treachery.